Well, the Arctic is no longer a distant frontier. It's a front line in global security. What's happening in Greenland today has real consequences for U.S. security, global supply chains, and evolving defense strategy, including its potential role in the proposed Golden Dome missile defense architecture. Well, to help us dive deeper, let's welcome Dr. Kabala, assistant professor of political science and a research associate at Tarleton State University and Augustine Institute of Villanova University. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be with you. Thanks so much.
Really interesting topic, because I think many of us don't fully understand exactly what the administration is hoping to achieve with its relationship to Greenland. Maybe you could set the stage a little bit so that we have a better understanding. We've had a lot of noise out there, so maybe you could streamline it for us.
Absolutely. And I think you're 100% right to emphasize the critical geostrategic importance of Greenland. We're talking about an anchor of Western hemispheric security when it comes to early detection, space tracking systems. It's scary to consider, but if an ICBM were coming over the Arctic, the first place to provide us with an early warning would be Pituffik Space Base in Greenland. Now, what's changed in the last 20 to 30 years is the Arctic is no longer its own security. Ice has melted, technology has improved, and so foreign actors like Russia and China now have access potentially that they didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and something that is important to note is the fact that President Biden and President Obama were already talking about this kind of security during their administrations.
They certainly were. They were aware of the rare earths. They were aware of the access issue that was changing and the early detection as well. Absolutely.
Yeah. How should the U.S. balance national security interests with respect to Greenland and its self-determination regarding their local priorities?
Well, and there's been a shift now. President Trump opened with statements about tariffs and national security, and we seem to have shifted a little more into a framework of dialogue that's being led by Secretary of State Rubio and other key actors. In my opinion, the opening statements may have had a little bit to do with the sort of cooperative tone that we're seeing adopted now.
So it's not necessarily about getting Greenland for America, but really this is global security as a whole.
Global security, denying other actors, if the Chinese are referencing, dual use technologies, but under the cover of commercial arrangements, actually gaining a national security advantage. I appreciated President Trump's statements, just kind of pivoting, but also reminding Denmark and Greenland of the outsized role America played in their security during World War II. It's not only the positioning of Greenland and the early detection and warning systems related to ICBMs, but rare earths, let me say praesidium. There's some other ones that do change how we think about our alliances, because it's a question of supply chains. And currently, 99% of these really crucial minerals that are used in production of defense magnets and aerospace components, China has a chokehold on these.
What risks does the U.S. face if it waits too long to act in the Arctic?
I think those risks are real. The ice continues to melt. Russia is, putting back online other Arctic Cold War bases, not in Greenland, but China continues to expand, dual use operations. So the risk might be a crisis hits. We're not clear on who's ultimately responsible. Is it Denmark? Is it Greenland? Is it the U.S.? And the U.S. is not able to protect the people of Greenland as well as our own citizens in an effective manner.
And that's including the Inuit population, which I know is a sticking point. You have indigenous people who live in Greenland as well.
Yes. So in terms of, autonomy and who makes these, determinations, does security ever compete with the logic of autonomy? This is where, to me, as part of the conversation, the question of whether it's, compensation or would, Greenlanders, the Inuit people receive financial assistance from the U.S. As far as I know, that is still part of the conversation that's going on.
Well, the conversation continues. Dr. Kabala, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll be back after this.